Good morning, friends. Today is Friday, and we are continuing with our theme of spring. And as we know, spring is growing time, when flowers grow and vegetables grow and we plant our gardens. So today I'd like to read you a book called The Tiny Seed, and it's an Eric Carle book. I wonder what kind of flower this is. Let's read and find out. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they going? You see the tiny seed over there. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. And there he is. Oh, I just love these pictures. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. And there's a seed that's on the mountain, and there's a tiny seed struggling to catch up. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. Oh no, I hope he doesn't fall into the ocean. I hope he makes it. One seed drifts down into the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. And there's it flying really low. Oh my. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats the seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Do you see it? Is it over there? Now it is winter. After the long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls over and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats the seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. That's the season we're in now. Birds fly by, the sun shines, the rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore, they are plants. First they send roots down into the earth, and then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that plant dies. That's why when you have a garden, you have to pull the weeds because they take all the food from the other plants. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in the springtime. One child doesn't see the plant as he runs along and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. And I think this is the tiny seed, the plant that's growing. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud and now a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Oh no, it can't grow anymore. But a boy has picked a flower to give a friend. That was kind of a nice thing to do. Now it is summer. Now the tiny plant from the very tiny seeds is all alone. It grows on and on. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees, and it's taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at the flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Who knows what that kind of flower is called? Yes, it's a sunflower. That's my favorite flower. Oh, look at how beautiful it is. All summer, the birds and the bees and the butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. And the birds like to eat the seeds from the middle of the flower, and remember the bees pollinate the flower. Now it is autumn again. You can tell by the different colored leaves. The days grow shorter and the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all its petals. It sways and bends from the wind. But the wind grows stronger and stronger and shakes the flower. And once more, the flower seed pod opens, and look at the seeds come flying out. Out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. And that is the end, and then it starts all over again. You grow the flower from a tiny seed, and then the roots grow down into the ground. It grows a stem and leaves and a flower, and in the middle of the flower are seeds, so it can grow again. That's the life cycle. That's how God made the plants to grow. And look at the sun smiling. Now, that was a sunflower plant, and we are going to grow sunflower plants too. And let me just move this so you can see my little chart here. And a sunflower starts off as a seed. You plant the tiny seed. What will happen next? The roots, the seed bursts open and the roots grow down into the ground. And then the plant gets bigger. And it has a stem and leaves. And then the plant grows of flowers. What color are those flowers? You're right, yellow. So remember, plants need dirt or soil to grow. They need water and they need sun. And I think there's a little song, a couple little songs we can sing. The flower has some roots. The flower has some roots. The roots will carry food and drink. The flower has some roots. The flower has a stem. The flower has a stem. The stem will make it stand up tall. The flower has a stem. The flower has some leaves. The flower has some leaves. The leaves will catch the rain and sun. The flower has some leaves. The flower has some petals. The flower has some petals. The petals call the birds and bees. The flower has some petals. And there's another song we can sing. And this song may be on one of your videos that was sent on Brightwheel. And it goes like this. The farmer sows his seeds. Wait a minute, what does that mean, the farmer sows his seeds? Does he take needle and thread and sew them? No, that's another way of saying the farmer plants the seeds. The farmer plants the seeds. The farmer plants the seeds. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the farmer plants the seeds. The rain falls to the ground. The rain falls to the ground. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the rain falls to the ground. The sun comes out to shine. The sun comes out to shine. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the sun comes out to shine. And the plants grow big and tall. The plants grow big and tall. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the plants grow big and tall. And the seeds return to the ground. The seeds return to the ground. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the seeds return to the ground. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed that story. I'll be back in a little bit to show you all about planting sunflowers. So we'll see you then. Bye.